if I sound a bit weird or stuffy, it's because I'm still trying to get off some kind of weird flu I had for 2.5 days that knocked me down, man. I have no clue what it was. No, am I getting tested? It's all part of life. Prior to 2020, nobody was getting tested when they got sick, so I'm not going to get tested now. Anyway, when I look at us, the state of the race of African people worldwide, we're in a hell of a state, man. And I was going to make this video a while back, but I decided not to because in my mind, I was thinking, well, what's the point, man? Because it don't seem that we're getting the message. We seem to be stuck in an infinite loop of ignorance and stupidity. There's no other way to put it. When I look at what's going on around the world, especially now with these mandates that some of these countries are putting on people and so forth, you would have figured we'd have had our own companies and so forth. We wouldn't have to really worry with things as much as we do now, that you're being forced to take something you don't want to take. I mean, if you want to take it, no problem. But here we are in the face of that, and we still seem to find time to cover a bunch of nonsensical issues. That's, I wonder, like, how is that going to help move us forward? I believe it was Marcus Garvey that once said, the prejudice against us, the people, is not because of our color, but because of our condition. And after careful analysis, I cannot say he was wrong. Whether you like Marcus Garvey or not is not the point. Some people have their hang-ups and that's fine. Prove him wrong. The condition we find ourselves in, always hand to mouth. No matter where you find the African person, we always hand them out.
The time is now 2.
I mean, people can find ways to come within our communities, whether it be here in America, South America, the Caribbean. I see the same thing, where you come in the middle of your communities, set up shop, open a business, we patronize the business, and they become successful. And then you have people telling you that you don't have any money, but again, who opens a shop or business in a neighborhood that doesn't have any money unless you want to fail? So by the mere fact they continue to open businesses in our communities, no matter where you find us, proves to me that we have money. Apparently they must think so, because that's why they're still doing it. And they're still there. So the businesses have not shut down, have they? No, they're still there. They're branching out in the community. Yeah, we don't seem to see what's going on. So you're still having to depend on other people to buy what you need and what you want. Yet, where is the progress? Now, I'm trying not to get too upset because at this point, man, I don't know where to go. I look at some of the videos on YouTube and I see what people are talking about, still talking about this nonsense. And I still don't understand it, because after the last video, I started to do some research upon it. And okay, people talking about their preferences. If you're an African person, you don't want to date other African people. Okay, fine, that's fine. But why the need to come on social media and tell everybody what your preferences are? That's like somebody who's a vegan. Okay, I don't eat meat. Okay, you don't eat meat. Or the next person say, I don't eat pork. Okay, that's your preference. What's the big deal? But we live in an age of attention whoring, so everybody has to get their fill of attention, thinking it makes them look somehow special or unique. But in the case of saying that you don't date people who look like you, makes you look like a fool, in case you don't know that. I mean, just letting you know that you have a preference for somebody who don't look like you. Got it. So then you elevate the people you're dating to a higher level of standards. And then you go on dates and some of you find yourself in compromising positions where you don't live from it, because your natural warnings are firing off, but because you're infatuated with them, you're not listening to the warnings that your body is telling you. Your senses are firing off, but you're not paying attention to it until it's too late. And then everybody's, oh, well, I can't believe that happened. What happened to that young lady on that Bumble site or something like that? It's like, come on. But a lot of us got a lot of things to learn, and unfortunately, some people have to hit the wall, literally, to learn the lesson. But that's what seems to be captivating the attention of people. People talking about high value man, high value woman, all this type of nonsense. You know, I gotta say it. It amazes me how people take advice from people who not even in relationships or not even in functionally good relationships, or people taking parenting skills from people who don't have any kids or have their kids taken away from them. Like, how are you guys that foolish? People talking about high value people, but yet they ain't married to nobody. People talking about they want 2 and 3 wives, but they ain't got nobody. Oh, wait a minute, man. Wait a minute. You got baby mamas, but you going telling people all about what they need to do, and you ain't married to none of these beautiful black queens yet. I'm looking at you, Umar. I'm like, come on, man. Come on. High value in a European society. You're under the European hegemony, but you talking about high value. Unfreaking believable. I'm really saying I must be in the wrong time, man. Maybe I should have been born 50 years from now, maybe, because what I see is complete lunacy from the part of us as a people. You can't say nobody's keeping you down when we have money that we can change our condition overnight. Literally overnight. But we wouldn't unify and spend our money together as a group and say, you know what? We need to have companies. We need to create businesses. The simple stuff that we can do. We like to dress nice. If they had a fashion show, we already know. If we go into the fashion show, we're going to win hands down. I don't care where you go. It become like the damn Olympics. You start seeing Africans competing against other Africans from different parts around the world. We will lock the fashion industry down because ain't nobody can dress better than us. That's just what it is. Yet, we're not really producing clothes on a mass scale that I can actually have easy access to it. We can make some socks, underwear. I know I can't be the only guy who have the problem where certain underwear, the boxes I buy, I gotta buy 4 and 5 different packs of boxes because I can't find one that easily fits me well because it's not really designed for my type of body type. So I know I'm not the only guy that has a problem. And don't talk about jeans. Some of those jeans aren't designed for our body types. But again, those are opportunities. But the best we can do seem to be is lamentation. Complain about what happened, who's holding you down, see what's going on, you see what they're doing. I don't care what the story. You can find a story in Africa, America, South America, the Caribbeans. All we want to do is find all the problems, but don't want to go to work on the solutions. Now, we have the money to do. Some studies show that we have about maybe 300 billion. Some people say 2.2 trillion. Let's just say we had 100 billion. We had 100 billion to do something. You don't know how much money that is. We can really change our conditions pretty much overnight if we got serious and said, okay, we can start creating our own industries, employ our own people, go down that line, go down that road. But for some reason, we won't do that. You see, it will be easy for us to catch up and leapfrog because the technology is here. But the leaders and the people who you guys follow don't really want you to break into action. You see, I figured it out many years ago. Sort of like how those self-help people, those motivational speakers, they never really want you to get beyond their level of motivation. Then you won't buy their products anymore. Well, it's no different with people talking about the conscious and all that other stuff and supposed to be educating you and all that stuff. They don't really want you to break free from the lamentation phrase of looking at what happened. This is what happened. Oh, they killed another person. This is what happened. Yeah, my condolences to all the family members, but that ain't gonna stop happening if you can't change your economic situation. You see, deep down inside, they know that. So their goal is to keep you right in that little box of, look what they done to us. Look what they're doing to us. You see, they don't like us. So what? So what they don't like you? Can we do business for ourselves? See, no, that talks about doing work now. We gotta get off our asses and get things done. We about just lamenting. Oh, okay. So then you're gonna watch your life go by. You're getting old, because let's face it, time waits for no one. You're getting older. Boom, next thing you know, you're a grandpa, or grandma. Then you go, boom, you gone. Your kids take your spot. Your grandkids take their spot. And we still have no progress. Still talking the same crap. How do I know it's true? It's 2022 and we still talking the same nonsense. Get anybody who comes up with an action plan, you'll find how every way under the sun, how it's not going to work. You can't tell me what to do because you're not one of us. You're from the Caribbean or you're from Africa. I mean, we on some kind of weird level of stupidity, man. I don't know what to say anymore. You figure information comes to you. People talk about they're praying for God to give them answers and all kind of stuff. But how do you think the answers are gonna come? In a nice design package. Here you go, labeled "Answers just for you." If you believe in spirituality, don't you believe the spirits work through different people sometimes to get to you? Nah, that's not possible, right? No, that's not possible. I get it. You see, we want to be comfortable in our ignorance so we can have the ability and have the right to complain about what happened to us, what's owed to us, but do nothing to change the current paradigm. Just stand there and lament. And have the right to lament as long as we need to, but don't change the conditions. That's what we looked at as a bunch of fools. Like what Marcus Garvey said, a bunch of good for nothings, a bunch of imbeciles, and I can't remember the other stuff he was saying, but I can't fault him. And that was, look how long he been dead. Did the condition improve any? No. Not for the better, really. We don't have any industries now. So what do you think your young kids get into all kind of trouble? Gang activity. And so what do you think they're gonna do? They see all these things on TV, all these nice stuff to keep advertising you, whatever, jewelry, cars, or whatever, and they don't see the means to how to get it. So they get into the illicit trades, get into gang activity, and next thing you know, they're feeding the prison industrial complex. They become a number. And you and I both know once you get into the prison industrial complex, it's kind of hard to really fully get out. Because even when you get out, you got to put down this thing on the application. Have you ever been to prison before? You can lie about it. You might get by, but eventually it'll do a background check. Oh, wait a minute. So you went to prison. I've seen that happen to somebody before. They was working at a job for 20 years. This is over 20 years ago. So that's to tell you how long this has been before the internet was what it is now. But he's working there for 20 years. But he never put down he went to prison. So when they did a check on him, he's an African-American brother, they let him go. He knew the job backward, forward. They liked the guy, but they had to let him go because he lied and said he didn't go to prison. Even though he's been working at that job for 20 years. You see what I'm saying? But if we created that company, we could say, man, we got you, man, don't worry about that. But we don't own the companies. So you could be a man, that's messed up, man. They got rid of the guy. Yeah, that's all we can do. We don't own it. Whoever pays the piper calls the tune. If it ain't your company, nothing you can say. Just take it and leave. That's all you can do. But we don't seem to see how the game was being played. How we are being played. And some of us believe that we're needed for labor force. No, that's not true. That's why immigration is what it is in America, especially. You're not needed anymore. In case you haven't realized that you are not needed as a labor force. You need to put that in your mind. If you was needed, you wouldn't be going to jail at an alarming rate. You wouldn't it wouldn't have genocide going on amongst us right now at an alarming rate. They would have put a stop to that. Just like when they had the opioid epidemic, they put a stop to that real quick. Oh, no. They got to find what's going on because the people who was involved in that, according to society, they have value. But people that look like you and me, they don't think our value is really that high. You see, that's why we have the depiction of us on TV. So, we really don't. It's so sad. Now we needed to give them news story because they love covering those news stories. Just in breaking news, so and so forth did a one. I mean, that's good news for them, good ratings. As long as most of the victims look like us, it's alright. We don't see that. We have become emotionally blunted, where we don't see what's really going on, don't have any feelings, just as long as you can get a video. And some of y'all just so sick in the mindset that you'll cover those incidents over and over and over and over. People who look just like you being taken out of here, whether by the police or by each other, and all you care about is content. That's all you really care about. but with no real intentions of changing the current predicament we're in. I go to the Caribbean, I see the same thing. Go to South America, you see the same thing. You go to Africa, you see the same thing. Come to America, you see the same thing. And it's just, like, it doesn't bother you guys. Like, okay, well, whatever. I'm doing good. My people are doing good. But what about us as collective? How are we doing? And I don't want this video to be too long, man, but it's just, I've gotten to the point where I don't even know what to say no more. Even when I want to make a video, I tell myself, what's the point? Really, what's the point? Is this going to change anything? The people that need to hear this, are they going to listen to this video? No, it's not popular. I'm not popular. I'm not talking about buck breaking. I'm not talking about all kind of weird stuff, you know. Not talking about high value man and high value woman. I'm not talking how I hate the black woman and all that kind of, I'm not talking that. It ain't popular. I'm talking about taking action and do what we need to do to change our condition right now. That's not popular. I don't want to hear that shit. That involves doing work. I want to sit on my ass and complain, telling myself I want to find a nice man or a nice woman, but yet I keep consistently bashing them, which is the weirdest thing I've ever heard of. You bashing people that you don't think you are attracted to, that you don't want to be with. That's the strangest thing I've ever heard in my life. If you do not like them, why you keep talking about them for? Just get on with your life and keep it moving. Why the need to make video after video after video about men you say you don't like, about women you say you don't like, that you say ain't shit? I mean, I'm trying to make it make sense. Other than the fact it's for money, I don't see the real purpose in doing it. And even if that's what you're doing for money, man, that's like bottom feeding to me, man. There's only so many videos you can hear in my mind before you say, okay, well, I had enough of that. I mean, it's like watching the same movie over and over with slight variations, just slight changes in the movie, but, you know, it's still the same movie. Okay, why you keep watching it? And then complain about it and watching it. I don't know. I don't know where we go from here. I don't know what to do. I just don't know. I know what I'm going to do, but as for a collective, I don't know. Because I can give you suggestion after suggestion. I can link you to people who have suggestions, but you ain't listen to nobody. Because that's not what you want to do. That's not what we're about. A lot of us really about just complaining. Looking good while complaining, but just complaining. With no desire to change everything. Complain and blame everybody for the condition we're in. I understand all what happened in slavery. I understand all of that. I understand how the system is designed. I understand all that stuff. I studied that stuff for years. But at some point, you're going to have to look in the mirror and say, no, man, it's time to make a change. If everybody can see you're alcoholic and you don't want to admit that no more you got a problem, then you got a problem. If we all telling you, hey man, you got a problem with your drinking, you know, it's costing you everything. It's costing you your job. It's costing you your relationships. It's costing you your family. And you still, I ain't got no problem. Okay, well, you really have a serious problem besides just drinking. That's us. I'm going to close out the video. A lot of people you guys listen to really don't want a solution, like I said earlier. It's just about keeping the money going. Because really and truly, that's all it's about. It's not really about you getting beyond their influence. It's about you just staying right there and coming back to that video after video or whatever they're doing to keep supporting. Because really and truly, they don't really want you to leave that little box you're in. And if you think I'm kidding, you'll see for yourself. Once you pull back your emotions and begin to really think critically, you'll see what I'm talking about. They'll give you a video, all what's going on, and you say, after that, always ask yourself, okay, after I don't watch this video, and then what? What am I going to do? Wait for him to drop another video? Is that what you're into? Just watching and waiting for another video and another video and another video? Okay, and then what? And then what? It's like people who make videos about other people. Okay, and then what? I mean, after the person make about 100 video after over a person or a topic, the same thing over and over and over and over. Okay, and then what? What do you do? Just wait for the next video. So again, now you just become an information junkie, a content junkie. That's all you want to do is, well, I can't wait them to drop the next video. And then when they go live, oh man, I missed it live. Okay, but they ain't saying nothing different than what they put in the video. Just getting your question, they're talking as slow as they can. They try to drag the video on. As you notice, I don't even have an introduction to my video. I just go straight to the point. Your time is valuable. I respect that. I don't want to waste your time talking a bunch of stuff, repetitive, slow. No. I value your time and I value my time. But after the video, what are you going to do? Take action, or are you just going to wait for somebody to drop another video? And if the person stop making videos, like I don't make videos that often, then what? Then what? You go to somebody else to listen to. So that's all you're just stuck in the stage of just looking for information. But you really don't want to do nothing but the current condition. I get it. It takes work. I get it. You have to be different. You have to go outside the box. I get it. And a lot of us don't want to do that. It's easier to complain than it is to go to work. But it wouldn't be so bad. Start small. Keep going. Start every day, a little bit. Before long, you'll be amazed at the progress you can make. Just start. And this whole notion, let me end the video on this right here now, because this video is going on too long. This whole notion of getting the whole massive race of people to do something, that's not going to happen. You're wasting your time. Whatever you're going to do, you do it. If it means you alone doing it, then it might just be you alone doing it. Eventually, the people who follow, they're going to follow you. Okay? That's just what it is. They're trying to get as many people as possible to get something done. It's not going to happen, especially amongst African people. That is not going to happen. That's just a party. It ain't going to happen. Okay? That's just me giving you some real advice. Have a good one.
Which is our identity.
All right.
And this has posed a severe problem for us and for our children. Because if I don't like who I am, I'm hardly going to raise a child who does. Right. Because my child is a mirror of me.
All right. All right.
The way out is through mobilization of the group to struggle for the survival of the individual.
All right.
And you have to understand that black folks just don't get it.
All right.
I'm not giving up my individual right to sacrifice for the group. That's not what it's all about. Hey, the problem with that is the Constitution gives you individual rights, but you can only protect them as a group.
All right.
See, that's the problem.
All right. All right.
That's the problem.
Say that again.
To survive, the group must ensure that each individual member is able to take care of himself or herself, reproduce himself or herself, and take care of the progeny. And we are losing the group function. It doesn't matter where. We're losing it in the family. We're losing it in the church. We're certainly losing it in the school. We're losing it in the community. We're losing it in our institutions. Our families are disrupted. Only 26% of all African American children live with both parents. Our churches are predominantly female, 80%. Our schools are mostly dysfunctional. Children do not learn anything in them. We don't have the courage that our people had during Jim Crow. Where is the Ida B. Wells? Where is the Mary McLeod Bethune? Where are they? We don't have the courage that our ancestors had.
Why not? It would seem that it doesn't take as much courage to step out there and fight the battles.
But it does.
It does?
Oh, yeah.
even though on the surface, at least a lot of young people seem to feel, you know, things are, even young black people seem to feel, things are really so much better, and there's really not that much of a difference in terms of the way the races are being treated, and it really is a meritocracy, and you know, it'll all work out in the end.
That'll come out in the wash. My son has a PhD in animal science genetics. He can't get a job in any university because they choose Chinese. Now, why do they choose Chinese? Because they're cheaper.